sportsradio.net. I'm Ashish Sharma with Brian Roach. What's going on, Brian?
Not that much.
All right, so today on this Sports Talk edition, we're going to be talking first base situation for the Red Sox, who's available in the free agent market and who makes the most sense. So from my point of view, there's really four guys that I'm looking at. And let's just, right off the bat, I just want to say, Brian, that this is probably not the best free agent market that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, a lot of them are locked up. So
are locked up, and a lot of them, I mean, like Lance Berkman is one of the free agents. Miguel Cairo for first baseman. This, I mean, even if you just look at other positions, not the best free agent market. We know that. But for first base, a void which the Red Sox absolutely need to fill, especially after trading away Adrian Gonzalez last year. The four guys that I'm looking at, if I'm Ben Cherington, that are on my radar would be Adam LaRoche, Nick Swisher, Mike Napoli, and Kevin Youkilis in that order.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the way I see it, and to tell me if you disagree, Adam LaRoche had a fantastic year last year, 33 home runs and 100 RBI. I think he would be a great fit. Unfortunately, he'd command a pretty significant salary. I think.
Yeah, I hear he's looking for like 4 years, like $60 million basically, because he turned down $10 million. So
yeah, he turned out $10 million, and I don't think that. And you can say what you feel about this, but I don't think he's exactly the best option for the Red Sox, considering that he's a career National Leaguer, except for that little short stint in 2009 with Boston.
Yeah, and he didn't actually do too well either. He had 19. He had like 19 plate appearances, or no, it was 6 games, 19 plate appearances, and he had 1 home run.
Exactly. So, I mean, he had a fantastic year, but I was looking up his previous stats before last year. He wasn't really a guy that blew me away. I mean, yeah, he had some great years where he hit 20 home runs, 80 RBI, but that's something that Nick Swisher, a guy in our own division who's a free agent, first base outfielder. He's sort of the same player, and if we're going to go after one of these guys, wouldn't you go after a guy who's 2 years younger, the 31-year-old Nick Swisher versus the 33-year-old Adam LaRoche, and a guy who actually plays in this division?
Yeah, someone who actually has the potential to share time in the outfield with someone like, I don't know, maybe Ryan Kalish or something like that. So I mean he's probably on the radar, but he'll probably command a lot of money too, and I don't think Ben Cherington will be in the mood to shell out even more money than after he got all that money off the books in the first place.
That's true. They did free up $250 million in salary after trading away Josh Beckett, Adrian Gonzalez, and of course Nick Punto, the centerpiece of that trade. But the way I see Nick Swisher, the reason I think that he would be the best fit, yes, you're right. He is going to command a big salary. He's going to command probably $14-15 million a year. He'll probably be looking for 3 to 4 years, so that'll come out to roughly $60 million over the course of the deal.
Though he did say he wanted Jason Worth money, which is kind of way too much money for.
To be honest, I don't think he's going to be getting Jason Worth money. He could try, but I don't think anyone's going to be willing to shell out, especially after what Jason Worth's done for the Nationals, which is a whole lot of nothing so far. He had a good postseason, but that was about it. But with Nick Swisher, the first thing that stands out to me is he can play in a big market. I don't know if Adam LaRoche can play in a big market. Yeah, he had that 6 games here, but he's played with the Braves, I was going to say the Steelers, the Pirates,
the
Nationals. Right, exactly, and the Diamondbacks, exactly. So Nick Swisher has played for the Yankees, and he's thrived there. If you go back to his rookie year, I think his rookie year is the last time he hit fewer than 20 home runs in a season. Yeah. He is a guy that can come in and give you 20 and 80, and a 274 clip. I don't understand why Ben Cherington would. I mean, again, if the holdup is money, if it's really something that he's looking for, I think he would be the perfect fit, even more than Adam LaRoche.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point there, but I mean, if he is commanding that type of money, I would look for a cheap option, someone such as Mike Napoli, who's coming off a down year batting average wise, but also still had 24 home runs and could split time. Even though David Ross just signed with the Red Sox, he could be the 3rd catcher.
Right, that's exactly what I was actually thinking with Mike Napoli. I was basically on board for Mike Napoli in terms of 2 years on short money, and then the David Ross signing happened. And now, if you look at next year, they've already committed to 3 catchers, Ryan Lavarnway, Jared Saltalamacchia, and David Ross. So now if you bring in Mike Napoli, who is know if that really makes sense. I mean, I'm not sure. Is he a switch hitter? I think he is. So he can hit from both sides of the plate. I'll have to double check on that. But Mike Napoli again, is a guy that's going to give you an anemic batting average. I don't want to bring in a guy here who hits 228 all year.
Hmm.
I mean, that's what they have with Kevin Youkilis. They'll give you the same power numbers. They'll give you the same RBI numbers. So if you're not getting Adam LaRoche, if you're not getting Nick Swisher, I'd rather go with Uke than Napoli because Uke actually, sentimentality aside, actually has played here and has put up, I mean, last 3 years, since 2009, he hasn't been the same player. But if they're both going to give you similar numbers, wouldn't you rather go with the guy who you've seen before, who's played here and
Well,
has
the
come
thing
through?
is, whenever Napoli comes here, he always hits for average, power, and like he has 6 home runs in like limited time playing at Fenway Park.
Right, right. No, he's a Red Sox killer. You got that. I mean, I was looking at a stat earlier, and I think I heard this on Mutton Maloney on WEI for the first time. In 36 career games against the Red Sox, he has 15 home runs. That is
Yeah,
absolutely unreal. But I don't know if that's enough to justify a signing for Mike Napoli over Kevin Youkilis. In my mind, yeah, Napoli is a little bit younger. He's a little bit more durable than Kevin Youkilis, which is a huge issue for this team that has really had injury issues over the last 3, 4 seasons now. Other than that, they are both very similar in terms of the kind of value they can give you.
I see Euclid as only like a platoon option with Jerry Sands. That's the only way I see Kevin Euclid because if you look at his on-base percentage over the last 4 years, it's dropped every single year. Last year it was 336. That was his on-base percentage compared to 413 in 2009. His batting average dropped to 235. He still had 19 home runs and 60 RBI, but he's still relatively. He played over 100 games all 4 years, but his walk totals have dropped.
Right, right. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think, again, Kevin Euclid is my absolute last option. If I'm sitting in that front office, if I'm Ben Sherrington, I'm looking at LaRoche and Nick Swisher. I mean, yes, both of them are going to command big money. Napoli and Kevin Euclid a little bit less. You know, I'm thinking for them, 2 years, $10 million tops is what they're going to get in the free agent market. But, you know, honestly, if I put on the GM hat right now, I'm going after Nick Swisher. I think he is the best option. Again, he's durable, 150 games year after year after year. You can go back and
Yeah,
look at his stat. He can play in a big market in New York. He has the versatility of a first baseman and an outfielder. Red Sox don't have corner outfielders
and
right now.
DH, and Swisher isn't Swisher also a switch hitter?
I believe so. I'll have to double
Yeah,
check on that, but I think he can hit from both sides of the plate. Yeah, he's got a great swing. So honestly, if I'm making the decision right now, I give Nick Swisher. Obviously not. I mean, I think that's the backing out point is when he wants Jason Worth money. I'm not willing to pay him Jason Worth money, but if he's willing to come here on a 3 to 4 year deal worth 40, 45 million, maybe 50, I'd be willing to take that. So my vote right now out of these four guys is Nick Swisher, and then Adam LaRoche, and then if that doesn't work out, Mike Napoli or Kevin Youkilis. What about you?
yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Swisher's my number one, and then Mike Napoli only because he has the potential, like after a down year, to actually like show that he can play more, like more like healthy wise because he was injured. He's been injured off and on with the Rangers. So
Okay, well, there you have it, guys, on BSR Sports Talk. He's Brian Roach. I'm Ashish Sharma, and that's your Red Sox first base situation. We'll see how this plays out over the offseason, and we'll look forward to seeing you more over the course of these videos. Thanks a lot, guys.